We have to talk about the viral moment.
I knew you were gonna ask
I have to.
I didn't know who she was at the time, but
I thought everything was okay. And then I go on Twitter and everybody's like, divorce this man, he's mean. And I'm like, he's the sweetest. He praises the ground that I walk on. And then like one night I broke down and I'm like, why are you guys talking about my husband like this? Talk about me all you want, but don't come for my family. No.
Oof, she's warning you, don't come for her family. Joyce, welcome to the Coffee Pot. My name is Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Do you guys remember when women everywhere, especially black women, were calling on Simone Biles to divorce her husband? If you don't remember this video that I released that was titled Angry Modern Women Slam Jonathan Owens for claiming wife Simone Biles pursued him, then you're going to catch up right now. But they were really angry about a lot. In particular, though, there were three things that really triggered a lot of women about this situation. It looks like we finally have a follow-up here. But just to recap and pick up from where we left off, here's Jonathan Owens, the last video that we checked out, describing being on a dating app and matching with his current wife and how she pursued him. Let's get it.
couple of days, man, and it's like she pops up, and I'm like, let me see who this is. Gymnastics. I ain't never, I never really paid attention to gymnastics, so it piqued my curiosity, So I'm like, okay, that's I'll see what's up. I swiped her, and it said we matched, so I'm just like, oh, okay, so I'm gonna see what's up. So I go do my workout, and I come back, and I get like, I had some likes on my Instagram, and I'm like, oh, this might be. I'm like, okay.
So guys, that was strike number one right there. Strike number one. They do not like women using their power of choice and independence to pursue men. Let's keep listening.
So I see what's up, and then I still waited. I'm like, man, I'm gonna wait till I, take a shower and everything. Then I come back to my phone, and then she messages me on the app, like, hey, you know what I mean? And I'm, man, this gotta be fake. Like, I don't know. I didn't know who she was at the time, but like the first thing that I saw was that she just had a bunch of followers. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, she gotta be good. I promise you, I'm a real life story. When she won the Olympics, I was in college, and we didn't have NBC, we didn't have Olympic channels, and we're in camp.
So that's strike number two. That was strike number two. And I'm not really hung up on whether he knew her or he didn't know her. I don't think he has any reason to lie. But I know a lot of people are blown by the fact that he may not have known who she is. She is a very accomplished woman and has accomplished a lot of great things. This is not to dim her accomplishments whatsoever, but I don't think that's far-fetched to think that there are athletes who at that time maybe did not know who Simone Biles is, or maybe even today may not know who she is. But that there was like the deciding factor of angry women, especially black women, because we know how black women feel about black female figures who they look up to. It's like, you're not doing the Russell Wilson, get on your knees and bow down 7 times a day, then you're not showing your wife the appropriate appreciation. They didn't like this at all. Now they're calling for her to divorce him. Let's keep listening.
Late July, early August, so I'm not paying attention to, so I never would have had a moment to where I would have watched, like,
Jonathan, I'm gonna let you finish your story, man. Continue.
But like I was saying, man, she messaged me. This was like a Tuesday, and we texting back and forth, and then we hung out Friday, man. And we couldn't do much as COVID happened, everything was shut down. So she came through down to Houston. She lived in the suburbs, so she had to drive about 45 minutes to me. Then the rest is history, man.
So you was really the catch in.
I always say the men the catch, man. I always say we the catch, man.
Yeah. So.
And that was strike three. That's when they lost it, is when he said he was the catch. What's up, guys? Listen, they're finally here. And of course, I'm talking about affordable coffee mugs. So about half a year ago, I came up with what I thought was a brilliant idea to spend hours crafting the perfect mug for you. I would spend hours writing taglines on a coffee mug, wrap it up in a nice box, and ship it out to every person so that they know that I put in time and effort into that product. And then you would get to support the coffee pot, and then everyone's happy until the unexpected happened. People looked at the product and said, you know what, that looks good, but the price is kind of high. But to my surprise, people started ordering, and they started ordering a lot of them. Between me having to go buy a bulk order of mugs, clean the mugs, write, spend hours writing on every single mug, I enjoyed it. And then I had to let it sit for a day, come back, go grab some art resin, which is a 2-part mixture. You mix it together, you coat the outside of the mug. It takes like another 48 hours for that to dry, box it up, put in a card in there, ship it to you, all that, man. It just got way too much. That's just the plain truth. It took me like 3 days to make 1 cup, and I would be struggling to balance keeping up with content because, you know, we're releasing content here like machines. Then I have to go do these mugs, and it just became too much. I had to refund a bunch of people their stuff, and I had to think of a new, better way to get you guys your own personalized coffee mug, and I did that. Less than half the price. I found a supplier, and that's not the only good news. Not only are you getting a mug for less than half the price, you're also getting the opportunity to get a bigger mug for less than half the price. You know what that means? More coffee.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
And listen, the only sad thing about all of this is if you want me to personally design a mug for you, it's gonna cost you an arm and a leg. So if you got that before, congratulations. The prices now are just ridiculous because I don't want to do it. Don't do it. Don't go get the old mug. Get the new mug, less than half the price. It looks great, and you'll be supporting the channel. And to the people who I sent refunds to, you all get free mugs. I'm ordering you that right now. The mugs are only available for a limited time, so hit that link pinned to the top of the comment section ASAP. Appreciate you. Peace.
So she really booked you.
She did though.
Is what you're saying.
Because I was fighting it. I was fighting it.
So in truth, if I say this out loud, was Jonathan Owens ain't really want Simone Biles. Is what you're saying.
At the time, I'm not gonna say that.
That's what you're saying.
So he said, I'm not going to say that, but you could tell they're trying to play with the situation. Of course, they realized they had a viral moment there, and it was in fact viral. Everybody has been talking about this specific particular situation up until now. Whenever these two get brought up, this married couple, all that is highlighted from modern women is the fact that, oh, he believes he's the catch. How dare he? How dare he say that? Guys, this is not me saying this. The actual comments in the video that I posted were women saying things like, oh, this is why you want a man like Russell Wilson who worships you and not a woman who believes he's the catch. More proof yet again that modern women will accept nothing short of worship when it comes to the way their potential future husband will interact with them. And so what's happened now? Well, what's happened now is we have a response from Simone Biles that I'm going to play for you guys real quick here. And we're just going to get into the first post that I saw that read, Simone Biles shares her reaction after people criticized Jonathan Owens for his viral "the catch" comment. I thought it was hilarious at first, Simone Biles says, and then they hurt my feelings. She goes on to say, I broke down. So if you're reading this, you're probably thinking to yourself, she broke down. Wow, so she was really affected by that. It affected their marriage. Well, not really. I actually think this was a good thing and shows how resilient these two are as a couple. Now, this is not me saying that things are going to magically work out and happily ever afters in the future. No, but I do think that the way that they're moving, because I'm going to play a video of her actually talking about the situation, the way that they're moving, the way that I hear her recounting the situation shows that they may stand the test of time longer than most chicks out here who think that they're ready for a husband and do not have one to this day. Here's what people had to say in response. This is to show you that women are still bitter about this whole situation. This woman says, I'm stuck on how the F he ain't know who she was. That has 30,000 likes, right? Here's somebody else who says, girl, he played in your face in front of other men. Please. Again, bunch of single women here chiming in. Somebody else here says, if he thinks the men are the catch, that would have been the first red flag for me. LOL. And only because that's all I need to hear, baby. Guys, check out this next comment that reads, you should want a man that boasts about you and puts you on a pedestal. Guys, I didn't write these. These are real comments. These chicks want men who put them on a pedestal. What does that mean? You place her on a higher level than you are. You are simping. You are Russell Wilson. An unfair exchange of value. Mind you, these are chicks who want men who are better than them in life in general, earn more money than them, smarter than them, can lead them, etc. And then want those men to put them on a pedestal and worship them. And on top of all that, don't want to submit. Goes on to say, why the man putting himself on the pedestal? Sassy men these days. Drizzle, first of all, goes on to say, date real men, ladies. So a real man, this is the foolery that they want you to believe. A real man puts his wife on a pedestal. Now, could he have worded things better? I'm sure he probably looks back and says, maybe I could have changed the way I said some stuff, but I definitely don't disagree that when it comes to the marriage, I was the prize. And guys, the whole prize thing, I just think is just a funny conversation overall. My opinion on this whole prize conversation is when it comes to marriage, men hold the key to marriage. He is giving you a gift. He is giving you a gift that only he can give you. He decides whether you deserve marriage or not. I believe men are the prize when it comes to the initial gift of giving a woman a husband. Women out here are waiting on men to get on one knee, unless if you're one of these masculine women who are getting on knees proposing. But hey, again, this is the soft guy era and shit's crazy out here, right? But in most cases, women cannot get married until a man decides that she is worthy and qualifies to be a wife, to be his wife. That's the reality. Now, this is where you have to pay attention, because this is the part that I say that a lot of people really skip. Once you're married, the prize that you both get to enjoy together is the relationship and what you guys build within that relationship. That's what you're fostering, nurturing. That's the prize after the marriage, right? The game changes. You're playing a different game. Before that, it's, do you deserve a husband? Probably not, because you're a modern woman. But hey, looks like Simone Biles does. And now they're enjoying what they have been working for, which is hopefully a long-lasting marriage. So guys, here's a video of Simone Biles actually talking about this situation. This is coming from a podcast called Her Daddy. No more wasting time. Let's get it.
We have to talk about the viral moment.
I knew you were gonna ask
I
about
have
it.
to. Jonathan's viral interview where he said he had no idea who you were and the internet went insane.
I didn't know who she was at the time, but like the first thing that I saw was that she just had a bunch of followers. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, she got to be good.
What was your reaction when you heard the interview and everything?
I was in the room. I was sitting on the chair. You just couldn't see me on the videos. I was there for the whole entire video. They even panned over to me with that viral moment, and I just like rolled my eyes and laughed.
And you were feeling great.
I was feeling great. I was like, my man just killed that. I thought everything was okay. And then I go on Twitter and everybody's like, divorce this man. He's mean. And I'm like, he's the sweetest. He praises the ground that I walk on. Like, truly, I've never met a man like him. He so opens my doors. He truly goes out of his way to do anything for me.
You feel like
Guys, how crazy is it that women's advice is divorce, divorce, divorce? It's their only solution to fixing problems in relationships, in marriages in specific. Let's keep listening.
and you feel supported.
And he never said I wasn't a catch. He said he was a catch because he is. I've never met a man like him. A lot of people that meet him are like, oh my gosh, like I want a man like that. A lot of the girls at the gym, they love him. He's so nice to them. He supports them. One of the girls at the gym, she's like my little sister. I always drive her to camp. So she drops her car off at my house and she parks it in the driveway. He got her windows tinted. He was like, you can't be fishbowling out here, and got her windows tinted.
Like he's thinking of the little things.
Yes.
Why do you think people got so upset?
First of all, that interview had nothing to do with me. It was all for him. So I think they were mad that he didn't include me in the interview, but he has to have his moments too, and I let him have it. Whenever I go to football games, I'm not like, hey, look at me, Simone Biles is here. I just want to see my man in that uniform. Give me a little kiss. Good luck out there.
Do you guys hear that? She's okay with her man taking the spotlight. When a lot of these chicks fantasize about marriage, bro, it's worship. It's you doing the Russell Wilson thing. In almost every situation, every post, if you're not highlighting your wife and talking about how she's the most amazing thing, even though she may be, and I'm sure he believes his wife is, if you're not doing that, they think there's something wrong with you.
This is his moment. That's his interview. what was I supposed to interrupt that interview and be like, hey, da-da-da-da-da.
Right, like you're like, sometimes I'm like, I want to have my wag moment on the field where I'm just like, I'm not Simone Biles, the Olympian. I'm
It's
just Simone Biles, like, and that's my boo on the field.
Yes, and I love to support him. And by the way, like, it was kind of hyped up, you know,
Yeah.
boys, whatever, like,
Yes.
those conversations or drinking their little tequila, whatever it is. There was nothing foul about it.
When that was all going crazy and trending, what are you guys saying to each other?
I thought it was hilarious what people were saying, divorce him, divorce him. And then they hurt my feelings. And then like one night I broke down and I'm like, why are you guys talking about my husband like this? Like, you don't know him, you don't know who he is. And if anybody's met him, they know he's the sweetest guy and will do anything for anybody. That really hurt that they were talking about my husband like that. Talk about me all you want, but don't come for my family. No.
Ooh, she's warning you, don't come for her family, you single, bitter, miserable women. Hey, I added that. Don't be mad at her. Be mad at the coffee pot.
I've been in the limelight long enough where I can brush things off, have my little powwow about it. You're not going to know I cried about it, but I'd be crying about some stuff. But I only cry about it because I can't clap back. Just know that.
Why not?
Classy, you know?
Wow. She says she can't clap back to the people who are talking down on her husband because she has to maintain classiness. That's why she's got a ring. That's why they're angry. That's why they're mad. It just blows my mind, guys, that women have convinced themselves that they are somehow in control whatsoever when it comes to marriage, when so many of them today are ending up single and alone. I'd also like to highlight the fact that she's not allowing the negative opinions to affect how she views her husband. That's the correct response. It's us against them. It's you and your husband against bitter women. That's how you got to look at it. You don't sit there and try to please. Because if any of these chicks, bro, these modern chicks would have been in the same situation, they would have been fighting in the background and getting online and saying, you know what, I didn't like what he said. They would have been trying to please the sisterhood over their man. And that's sad. I do also think it's really funny how loud and wrong a lot of these chicks are, considering that the future predictions of most modern women are that they're going to be single. A lot of them, millions. There are women right now seeing it happening. Once in a while, they'll be honest, like this chick who talks about how she's noticing none of her friends have any prospect of.
I didn't know who she was at the time, but like the first thing that I saw was that she just had a bunch of followers. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, she got
a man who's going to take them seriously, because in her words, she says, I think we took this feminism thing too far. This video is titled, Men Don't Want to Marry Us. We're all single and I'm getting scared. Let's check it out.
In the most selfish way possible, sometimes I do have to look at my friends and think maybe we took being single a bit too far. Maybe we cheered each other on in our singleness a bit too much. Some would even argue that maybe we took feminism too far, because I'm looking around the group and thinking, not even one wedding is on the horizon.
Not even one? Not even one? But I think a lot of chicks today can relate to this. Let's be honest, man. How many of these women do you see walking around, regardless of how good they look? Do you see walking around in trips, going to vacation by themselves, girls' nights out by themselves? Of course, you know, they dudes come through busted cheeks one time and keep it pushing. Are we surprised? Let's keep listening.
Not even that it's not on the horizon. We are actually so single that we are at the point where I wouldn't even go into a shop and pick up an expensive dress and think, I'll save this for a wedding. Like, I cannot think of a single one of my friends who is nearing marriage. And as I said, for entirely selfish reasons, I'm just like, we're gonna need to rectify that, because I personally need to be at the weddings in my prime.
That's the future of most of them, bro, right there. She says, I cannot name a single friend who's even close to approaching a marriage. So I guess these are the chicks that Simone Biles needs to be allowing their opinions to affect her. Women who do not have a husband. Women who are upset that her husband isn't doing the Russell Wilson thing. Crazy. Listen, as always, I'm curious to know, what do you think? Leave your comments down below. I appreciate you as always for checking out yet another episode of The Coffee Pot. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.